Hey, a thank you to the supporting members of this channel. Last time... Oh! Effigy! What? Super combats? Let's go! This is a pretty big moment. We are officially over 100 million Galenor pieces in the coffer. Hi, Editing Sam here. I make a really big mistake right off the bat here. Attacking the Revenant Knight off of its spawn point here is a really bad thing to do in Deep Wilderness. And, well, let's just say I wasn't out of combat quick enough. Ah. Well, that's exactly what I was trying to avoid by using a high-risk world was the Karasi, or the Void Waker. Man, that thing is terrifying. Well, it is what it is, and it is gone, that's for sure. And I just realized I lost my tent whip. You know, the one that I just created with 10,000 charges? Well, I guess that's sort of the point of them, is to lose them, so we've achieved part of our goal, to perish in the wilderness with it. Oh, I also have to give the Rev Cave another 100k. And that'll put me back under 100 mil. Oh, that's hilarious. And there we go, the Revenant fee has been paid. That took 43 KC to get that Amulet of Strength back. I remember you. You don't have the Defender you earned last time. I kind of lost it. That's sort of an understatement. I got annihilated for it. So now that we got the Myth Defender, that's pretty cool. But now the strat has become, we keep the Mithril Defender even once we get the Adamant Defender. So when we inevitably die in the wilderness again, we can just come back with the Mithril Defender, kill these until we get a second Adamant Defender. Yay, there we go. That is the final Defender for now. That was 400 Cyclops on the dot. So around 100 over rate. I died at 9:13 a.m. this morning, and it is currently 12:19 p.m. So it took me around 3 hours to get everything back. I fully expected to spend time doing this, but I definitely did not plan to go 100 over rate, but that's fine. Whip number 2. Ah, 70 million attack XP. Very cool. Whew! Bet you guys heard those clicks. Fastest clicker in the West. Well, East. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the large logout button plugin. Now I'll never misclick. I have a full inventory of loot. In fact, my looting bag is overflowing with loot. Man, can I catch a break, please? Are you kidding? Alright, I need New World. Both PKers didn't attack my main account. Unbelievable. Whew, we are safe. Look at this. Look at that looting bag full of alks and extra restores and stuff. Oh, beautiful. That was a cash money inventory, that's for sure. And there we have it, the final kill of the task, and we now follow the main to leave the cave. So with that task completed, I think I'm now going to go back to Revenant Hobgoblins. We had our time at the Knights, and we have over 200 kill count there, which is pretty insane. 1 death at the Knights, I believe, and I'm ready to just get more kills an hour. I do believe for me that Hobgoblins have the better drop rate because I can kill so many more Hobgoblins in an hour. And it's been a while since I've looked at this, but if we take a peek at the Revenant's log, we're officially over 4,000. Cool, that was unscripted. I didn't actually know. Surely something soon. Moment of truth. We clicked the ether into the bracelet and it is full. So we now need to uncharge it and tuck everything in the looting bag. Thankfully enough, by perishing at the Knights previously, we now have a much cleaner bag. So now we have an extra 4 bag slots. We completed our dog's task from Turiel, and now we will get Dark Warriors from Cristelia, but we have Slayer points to use. So I'm gonna skip, try and get that Revenant's task, see what happens. 20. Oh, right on task, skip 20. That was the last skip I was going to do. 70 Revenants. We are right back into the caves. 383 Slayer points remaining. Whew, that was close. I'm not gonna lie, I think bringing the Adamant Defender to these tasks was a great idea. We knocked out that task of 70 Revenants in 35 minutes, which is, in this gear, that's crazy good. So we know we can pretty much clear a task of Hobgoblins within the hour death pile limit, which is really good. So the loot is now 796 Revenant Hobgoblins. Nothing special that task. Oh, and naturally that was an hour without seeing any PKers that could attack me. So uninterrupted. Starting at 963 tasks. Here we are, big task number 1000 is Greater Demons in the Catacombs of Korend. Should be fairly chill. Wow, 116 attack. They never saw this one coming. Now would you look at that, 1000 tasks completed, 900 points obtained. Very cool, very cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, number 5. Oh. Well, don't ask me why I said oh, because I knew that was a step 6. 2 hard clues to complete the first casket. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was delayed. 5, and the second casket. No holding back. 1, absolutely nothing. 2, absolutely nothing. Before I get questions about using the Dragonstone jewelry charge scrolls for the combat bracelet charges, don't. I can't. I need to gain access to the Legends Guild to use these, so they're a drop. And there we have it, some more Revenants. We love to see it. That is a very big task as well. I don't think I'll be able to do that within an hour. Just kidding. With 14 minutes to spare, or I should say 4 minutes to spare, because usually I leave it around the 10-minute mark, we complete the task of 88 Revenants, which is quite a lot of kills within an hour. Or maybe I should say 45 minutes, because that is the actual total amount of time it takes. Current loot, 884 Hobgoblins, and of course you gotta remember the Revenant Knight, Casey, because that all does contribute to the drop rate. We have 1283 points, so I think it's time for us to skip a few tasks. And 30. Wow, we really just skipped 30 tasks and didn't get a singular Revenant's task. 1 extra skip. Never lucky. 1050 tasks. Whoa, Blue Elegant Legs, this is insane. Whoa, Willow Combo, back to back, let's go. I'm not even gonna say it. This is not crazy, they're just easy clues. Oh my god, finally, it took so long. And that's a very small task. Yeah, the smallest amount of Revenants you can get is 40. Well, I guess I'm just happy to have the task. So the last Revenant's task I got was after 1010 task completions. So that took me 70 task skips, I guess -1 for the milestone task, 69 Turiel skips, as well as 30 actual task skips using the reward points. It's not optimal. You seeds! Well, that's rare. Well, another task completed. No such luck. Sitting at 929 total Revenant Hobgoblin KC now. Well, it's another Revenant's task, but it's almost the smallest amount of Revenants we can receive. What an absolute tragedy. Holy. At least we have a little reprieve from doing task skipping. Hey everybody, it was time. We pulled out the quaff technology. I don't want to hear any comments about the pronunciation. That's how you pronounce it.
Quaff, quaff.
There we have it. As per usual, we get nothing. Small task. Back to task skipping. Odds are we will hit our milestone task before getting another Revenant's task. I'm just praying that the next Rev's task will be, at the very least, bigger than the last 2 we've had. Alright, the back-to-back. Zombies, no such luck. I probably shouldn't task skip here, but I'm going to. We will go one more. 10 cancellations. Oh, we get a big Revs task. Oh, yes. The skip was worth it. Back to Revs we go, and it's a juicy task. Oh, baby. So that was the task completion to be eligible to get Revs, and then we skipped 10 tasks and got Revs again. Hell yes. So I'm gonna call this inventory short the slightest bit by around 2 to 3 minutes. Oh, and I got hella bracelets this task. That is a lot of ether. Now, the reason why I called the inventory short, as you just saw the range set up there, the 807 lads have been theorycrafting, experimenting with the Revenant Knights. And I'll admit, this method didn't really work out all that well. At least the way that it was explained to me. See, when you're this deep in the wilderness, if you see a PK, you're gonna want to log out, or you're losing your stuff as an 807. And contrary to popular belief, I do like to minimize the impact that my alternate account may have on this project account. Kraken. So this particular setup wasn't the greatest for me. I had to do some more research, but that'll come in the future. Well, on the plus side, with this spot, I know I don't have to risk anything. I risk almost 500k with this whole setup, but then again, I also have some drops, so. Well, with that, I've sort of confirmed that I don't really actually need my tent whip for this activity. I'll use my next revs task to really test and see, attempt to optimize the task as much as possible, because at the current moment, you have to take a hit. And I don't really see a way around that, and I'll have to do more testing. So, while I am completing my Sour Hogs task, we can take a look at my current kills on the trackers. 218 nights. A single one of those, done in my last task there, was unfortunately killed unskulled because I was just waking up and I was full focusing on how to set up the night Safespot. And we have 1,052 Revenant Hobgoblin kills now, which around, I'd say, 60 are off task. Ah, god damn it. I left early. Sad. On task and skulled, there is a 1 in 920.96 chance for you to hit the unique table. And of course, if we take away the 60 or so, that is 992. If we're being generous, we can say 80 KC is off task, and I'm still over rate. So I have hit rate on the Revenant Hobgoblins alone. And if we consider the Revenant Knights, there is a 1 in 586 chance to roll the unique drop table, of which I am on my way to being halfway to rate. So hopefully we'll see a drop soon. And that just leaves one thing left to be said while I begin task skipping again, or should I say not, because I'm about to hit a milestone task. I messed up. Yes, I should have kept the tridents and looked into the Revenant Knight safe spots sooner, because the tridents would provide me with a lot more damage per second as opposed to the maple shortbow and adamant arrows. So, if we grab a Kraken task, I will be keeping the next trident. But at least we now know for sure that we have a use for the trident. And if we want to do Revenant Knights, that we'll have a safe way to do so with a essentially zero risk setup. I say that, but it's like 400, 500k risk, so. Risk versus reward. The wilderness, am I right? 1,100 tasks, another 450 points. You'll love to see it. And we're back to task skipping. Oh, I see. 352 Banshees for Mystic Gloves Dark. Wow. Reptile Freezer. Automatically freeze desert lizards when they're on critical health if you have ice water. Yeah, I'm gonna buy that. I am tired of using these manually. And we have a few extra points. Oh, and I also disabled the collection log pop-ups because if you didn't notice, my client froze. Okay, well, yep. Spell icon resizing is a thing now, and yet they still haven't even addressed taking out the spells that I have already filtered out that I lack the requirements to cast. Get on that, guys. Yeah, let's go, Revenants. This is it, this is the task. Well, there we have it. Another task completed. No such luck. We have 1,123 Rev Hobgoblins killed now, and a Revenant Orc. Yeah, I didn't have to skip too many tasks, and we're right back to Revenants. Well, that wasn't the task. There it is, 1168. Task is completed, plus 270. And there it is, more Revenants for the Reaping. 73, not bad at all. Another task, another nothing, unfortunately. So we go for the point skip back to back, and this is what the loot now looks like. Just a little unlucky, I guess. No way, brother man, no way. That was funny. And 20 skips completed, and we do not get Revenants. So, back to Turiel skipping. So what I've now decided to do is, following collecting a giant points task, I will Turiel skip until I get a Revenants task. I'll proceed to do that task, and then I'll attempt to go for a back-to-back Revenants task, by point skipping, all so that I can capitalize on the supplies left over from that initial Revenant's task. Hey, more Revenants, let's go! Alright, Ancient Crystal number 3. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Are you... oh my god. The rare drops keep coming in, but it's like, it's really not what I need. It's really not what I need. And that's that. Another task, another nothing. As another member of the clan chat gets their duplicate Vigorous Chain Mace. 1291 KC total now. Any day. Any day. As you do with useless crystals, you high alch them for an additional 150k. Easy money. Yeah, let's go. More Revenants. Oh, let's go. The Amulet of Avarice. Let's go. We finally got something. Yeah. Woohoo. Oh, yeah. That is our best in slot amulet. And we look cool as heck wearing it. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Oh, I'm so happy. Finally, that took quite a few. 1331 Revenant Hobgoblins, Scald on task, minus maybe about, we'll be generous, minus 80 from that, and you can get the perfect amount. But don't forget the 218 Revenant Knights that we did as well. We take a peek at the Revenant's log, 4623, and we now have that beautiful Avarice in there. So I have around 4.6k charges left on my Abyssal Tentacle, and then I think we might call it a day on Revenants for now. And there we have it. The task is completed. Today is the 17th of February, which means that we've been here for 3 weeks and 2 days, and that is the amount of time it took to get that Avarice. Yes, with that task completed, we go all the way back up to the top. 1364 Revenant Hobgoblins. So on the DPS calculator, I did want to mention something. While the Amulet of Avarice is a range upgrade, it isn't particularly an upgrade for the Nightmare. So as you can see, I have super combat potions, which I have put into the calculator, and changing from the Amulet of Strength to the Avarice, well, you can see that the Amulet of Strength is better. And even if we're just using our Zamorak Bruise, which if I adjust these, it is 0.44% better. So we take a peek, and if we hover, as you see over the Amulet of Avarice, we get +2 prayer bonus and a +4 to all of our accuracy over the Amulet of Power. We lose 3 on all defensive fronts, but that is a-okay. The only downside to having the Amulet of Avarice now is the fact when we try to wear it and we don't have a skull, we are going to get this interface, but I guess it is a small price to pay for an amulet that looks so cool. And of course, functions as the Amulet of Glory trimmed. Ooh, more Revenants, let's go.
Let's go. How many?
88. So we know that the Amulet of Avarice is the exact same stats as the Amulet of Glory trimmed, so we can now remove that from our end game goals list. So we are now down to 3 side goals: the Imbued Heart, Usable Chambers Purple, and the Scythe of Vitur, which is definitely a stretch goal. And of course, the main goal of the Inquisitor's Mace. An additional 24 Callisto kills because I had friends who wanted to do it, and additional arrows I had to use. We add the super combats to the looting bag, and we now have 32. Well, here we are, at a bit of an inflection point for the account. Now that we've obtained the Amulet of Avarice, I've come to the realization that I really have no reason to do hard clues anymore, as the main reason I was doing them beforehand was for the Amulet of Glory trimmed. And the Amulet of Avarice has the equivalent stats to an Amulet of Glory trimmed, as I have said previously. The only thing I would be attempting to do hard clues for from now on is for Third Age, and that is just completely unrealistic. So as I've said in the clan chat here, I guess I'll just send all the hard clues I get as one-offs from now on. And of course, I'm going to be emptying out the bag of 6 items, which I now no longer need. And this is a big moment because we've had these items for an insanely long time, and my brain has sort of committed those bag slots to those specific items. So now that we're going to be getting rid of them, that's a lot of bag real estate. A plus side to this as well, on top of getting 6 bag slots left, the hard clue steps that we will be losing, we're going to be recovering some of those when the combat points rework comes into effect, as there are a couple clue steps in the Trollheim area, which we'll be able to complete. So for the last time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that is the casket. We have 1 clue left on the ground. So earlier I said 3rd age, and what I specifically meant was 3rd age mage, because those robes only require 30 defense. Any other piece of 3rd age would be a drop on this account, which it would not feel good to get a piece of 3rd age I can't use. So yes, I'd have to take into account A, the rarity of 3rd age themselves, but also B, the fact that I only want the 3rd age mage robe and the 3rd age mage robe top, or however they do that. I only want the top and bottoms, that's the point I'm trying to make here. So, the last hard clue that will be counted up, from now on I will only show if I get additional one-off caskets, and we get nada. 147 hard treasure trials. So from now on, every single hard clue that I complete will most likely be a one-off clue. The big moment where we reclaim a lot of bag space. So that is the crozier, the headband, the van braces, the diamond ring, the ring of life, and the long time amulet of power that we've held on the account being dropped off to the main account. Wow, big moment. All right, let's watch them disappear. Oh, there it goes. They're leaving. Oh, I equipped it. I forgot there was a bug with the inventory, and I changed all my drop options on my gear to shift click equip as well. So oops. Now the Amulet of Power is actually dropped. Actually, you know what? I'll keep the Amulet of Power so I can risk it in wilderness content. I think that's the play. Yeah, that's definitely the play. So I will put up a screenshot of the previous bag, and now this is what the looting bag looks like. As per usual, ignore the food. I'm using it as temporary storage, relax. And of course, the Amulet of Power will be chucked alongside the ranging potions when we go do more wilderness content. Isn't that an absolute joy? Today is February 18th, and it is a Saturday, which means we can't do wilderness content. We currently have a task of Revenants, as you know from previous clips, so we are just gonna knock out some random quests that I'm eligible to do, because believe it or not, I'm pretty much out of things to do on Inquisitor otherwise. Yeah, I'll go back to Fasani soon. Start the Below Ice Mountain quest. We have a new emote. We now flex. Alright, I pray no cooking XP. Ha, the joke is on you. I already knew it wouldn't give me any cooking XP. For the first time in 5 million years, we can reset the left click option on Marley, because he will finally be gone. Wow, incredible. Yay, free stuff. Below Ice Mountain. Quest number 2, Client of Karend. Use Feather on Scroll. It is enchanted. Information 1. Information number 2. Pain. And information 3. Information 4. And last but not least, information 5. Activate the orb by the altar. Whoops. Client of Karend completed. We close out of that. We get some antique lamps, which I guess we'll just sauce onto prayer. So what we're going to do with this Karend favor certificate is destroy it. Yes, we can reobtain it by speaking to Veos on the docks of Port Piscarilius, and that essentially just means that we are going to be saving that as a precaution, just in case if we can get to 100% in another house, which won't give us token XP. Because at this current moment, Hasidius, Lovakenge, and Piscarilius all require skilling levels to gain favor in their houses, as you all know. But I did have a thought about this book here, because after A Kingdom Divided, this book becomes the Book of the Dead. I feel like it would make sense that the weakest version of all these spells would be available on the base spellbook. Plus, I highly doubt these lesser thralls are used at all nowadays, but I don't know. But yes, book exists, it's useless, we don't have any pages, and we will never be able to get any pages, because all of these pages require the corresponding house quests, which require skills. But anyways, for now, completable quests left below Ice Mountain. Off the list, we have Client of Korend waiting for update that allows me to participate in other houses without skill XP gain. That will remain, but we remove that for now. So we will not be completing Death Plateau, as that will unlock spiritual creature tasks, which are currently only completable in the wilderness. I think even after the combat achievement point rework, we still won't do that quest, because honestly, it's just a yucky task. And as an ultimate Ironman combat only, I don't need to do Bear Your Soul, as the Soul Bearer holding 1,000 souls in blood runes only applies to normal Ironmen. It does not function with Ultimate Ironman, believe it or not. But I will leave that on the list. Come on, Jagex, give us the little weenie thralls. Honestly, I would like to see statistics on how much these spells are used, because I highly doubt it would be very high. Compared to the greater thralls, oof, I don't know. Maybe that's just power creep though for people who haven't completed a Kingdom Divided. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Oh, and I will once again mention that the West Ardoin teleport spell and the Apital teleport spell are not filtered out. I have bug reported this. Oh yeah, I'm banking. Hell super restores now.
Banking, he says.
Yeah, by banking I mean death piling. I guess after one more kill. Oh, well, no, I'm going now. Monka!
Oh,
Monka!
out. Go, go, go.
Shit! That was scary. Look at this. The rich super strengths. Damn, 28 blighted super restore doses and 10 super combat. Oh, blighted super restores! Let's go! Yeah! 100. A big thank you for watching, and another thank you to our channel members, who, with a monthly membership, support the channel. Find out more by clicking the join button below the video. Another video and another bunch of revenants killed. Hey everyone, be sure to like, subscribe, and toggle notifications to be notified of future videos, and leave a comment down below if you enjoyed. And, you know, share the video too. And I'll see you in the next one.